Welcome to the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River Reservation for the finale of Week 8 in the Arenalacrosseleague with a Sunday tilt between the Peterborough Timbermen and the Paris Riverwolves. Hello again, lacrosse fans. Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Productions. Thanks for joining us as the all-regular season continues to roll on. Starting goalies for today's game. For the Timbermen, it'll be Marco Selleck. And for the Riverwolves, Chase Cosgrove gets the call between the pipes. Head coaches for Peterborough, it's Joe Sullivan. His assistants are Jason Tassi and Derek Croak. And for Paris, Jamie Dubrick is the boss. His partner is Chris Driscoll. Officials for today's game, another top-notch crew. Kyle Coulter is the crew chief. He's joined by Mac Abbott and Joe Smith. We get set to go here coming into this game. Of course, the Timbermen sitting with a 5-2 record. The Riverwolves 5-1. This game here, of course, for sole possession of second place in the standings. Of course, Whitby with a win earlier this weekend. They sit atop the standings with an impressive 7-1 record. And as we get going here, Skylar Thomas will go to work for the Timbermen. Short-handed in the net, short-handed a little bit on the floor, but still a formidable lineup as they send it over. Fred Hartley's shot well wide of the mark, picked up Dari Newbro, quick outlet pass, and it's Hunter Angus. Angus has a man with him in Marley Angus. Angus goes to the bounce shot, and in a blink of an eye, the Riverwolves lead this 1-0. So if you haven't had a chance to see Paris play, boy, transition has certainly been working in their favor. Having Marley Angus back as an anchor on the offense certainly has paid its dividends, but it was a good job there. Newbro with a good heads-up pass. He leads the way, and a good job to find Angus on his right side. Goes to the bounce shot. So 1-0 for the Riverwolves, and again, both these two teams coming off wins last week, and jump-starting the Peterborough offense. Now Cole Hanrahan, he'll send it around. Brian Rice. Rice gets some opening. Brian Rice to the sidearm. He finds the mark. So Chase Cosgrove couldn't pick up that release point, but you can bet that Brian Rice could as he finds that far corner for the 9th time this season. So if you missed the start, you missed back-to-backs, and we are all even here, 1-1 at the ILA. We'll get you caught up on some earlier scores from this weekend. But off the draw, Rice had it, lost it, and Bingley's going to try to bail him out. Newbro, great job, and he goes down. No call on that. Alex Q, though, will bail it out, work it over. Kyle Dawson now will jump to his left side, look for some help, and he'll zip it over. Give and go, cutting through and on the run. Good quick shot by Mike Melenchenko, but right in the basket, saved by Selleck, and now it's Trumbull. Sam Trumbull will retreat, looking inside to Skylar Thomas. Thomas bounces off a check not once but twice, lofted right back out. 10 on the shot clock. Timbermen working from way out, go to the left side. Kick it right back, going to the sidearm. And it's Jack McAlpine working the 5-hole. So McAlpine does a good job, changes the release point, takes it down to the side, and slips that bounce shot 5-hole on Cosgrove. And we have seen 3 goals. They've all come courtesy the bounce shot. And it just goes to show good fundamental lacrosse, hard to beat no matter how you put it. Off the draw, Timberman will knock it back, and it's scooped up Ben Doherty, and he'll shift it back, and then Timberman over the timeline will set up their offense. They'll wait for the rest of the O to filter out late. Hanrahan, he'll swing it around right side. Bounce shot, dangerous one. Fred Hartley looking, skips it across, too high for Hanrahan. Shot clock down to 7, loose, and it's scooped up. Luke Van Scheppen, he has it stripped by Gasparetti. And now it's Q. Alex Q going to try to use his length. Barrels his way in. Lowe's with a good job. Good solid cross check. That's the way you play defense. Rice had it, lost it. He'll regroup and move it up for the Timbermen. 12 and a half minutes to go. The trailer, and looking was Corkerly, late on the play, pass behind him, and now it's Josh Rex. Swing around. Campbell can't handle it. Ball loose. Timberman had it. Rex bumped off of it. Still loose. Going to be too much hands-on, and it'll be possession to the Timbermen. Gasparetti, one man to beat. Gasparetti weaves in and out. Goes to the underhand, wide of the mark. Trying to get his own rebound. Had it, knocked it back. Does a good job. McAlpine will reset at the top with Colton McNutt. McNutt to the half boards. He'll work it on the run. That one stopped by Cosgrove. Rebound picked up. Gasparetti, but Cosgrove closed that diving attempt off. And it'll be possession to the Riverwolves now. So, of course, Paris coming off a big win last week. They have been outstanding this early first half of the season. Dawson gets a screen. Dawson turns a corner. Goes to the bounce shot. Kyle Dawson on the money again. We are tied at 2, all goals courtesy the bounce shot. Dawson's first of the game, his 12th goal of the season. Comes with 11:31 to play here, first quarter. So on Friday night, it was the Brampton Express winners over the Toronto Monarchs 23-13. The Whitby Steelhawks continued their roll. They upped their record to 7-1 with a 21-13 win over the winless Six Nations Snipers. And it was the Oshawa Outlaws. Talk about rolling along. They rolled over the Oswego Bears 15-11, the final in that one. So that, of course, led to this right here. These two teams battling it out for second place. Rice has a man with him. They got numbers 2-on-2. Rice shot, top corner. So it seems like everyone's got the Midas touch today as Brian Rice adds his second of the game. He's got 10 in the season, and it's 3-2. No knock on the netminders, but they're going to have to get a piece of something here, or else this is going to be a pretty high-scoring affair. In defense of Peterborough, no Thomas Kizak, Ethan Woods, or Wyatt King, the normal 3 starters. Right off the draw, and answering in the blink of an eye is Mitch Gustafson with his first. So far it's a question and an answer. Each team's provided both, and we're knotted at 3 apiece. So Mitch Gustafson has been a demon inside that faceoff circle. He's been a game changer for these Riverwolves as he has been dominant, and you see there off the draw getting possession. Newbro now will look to move it up. So don't underestimate how important a good draw man is. Getting possession is 2/3 of the battle here. And they'll work it. Luke Robinson, quick skip pass across. Angus to the bounce. Selleck the save there. Ball loose in the dotted half circle. Timberman fishing for it. Fighting for it hard is Baffia. That's going to be in the crease, and possession now to the Timbermen. They'll leg it up over the timeline. Oren Horn, he'll give way. And now it's Hartley. Hartley, one-on-one. Isolated on Eric Lemaire. That shot scooped up by Hanran. Kick back out McAlpine. They'll work it around left side. Riley Curtis looking for an opening. Curtis behind the net, dunk attempt, and that's a beauty, and it's Hanrahan getting the job done. So how about Handy Hanrahan with that reach around and touch someone and pocket that one in the far corner for his first of the game. So like an impressive opening NFL stat, both these two teams have scored on each possession. And with just under 10 minutes to go here, it's a 4-3 lead for the Timbermen. Off the draw, again, it's Gustafson. And he gets it up, and it's Q. Q lows on him, zips it over. Angus, tough time on a bad pass. Parker Sands bails him out, moves it up to Rice. So the Timbermen in good transition position here with some numbers. 4-on-3. Rice lets it go, steered aside by Cosgrove. Ball loose, Trumbull battling for it. And instead the Timbermen get it and work it up. And that's some good work there by Brett Hansor as he'll pull out, look for some help. Had to make a pass to himself, but a tough pass, and it's intercepted. Trumbull now. Wrong stick side. Trumbull slides over and picks the corner. So just when I said Sam Trumbull on the wrong stick side, he does a nice little change of pace, gets to where he should be and pockets his first of the game. 5-3 Timbermen. Looks like we'll have our first goaltending change. It looks like Connor O'Toole is going to come in relief of Chase Cosgrove. So O'Toole now between the pipes for the Riverwolves. And sometimes as a netminder, it's just not your day. Gustafson again, dominant in the circle. Possession to the Riverwolves. And sometimes it's just a chase. Sometimes it's a full change entire game. Other times it could just be a couple of shifts. And the goaltender started right back in there. Josh Rex. Andy Campbell filtering out late. Big man. Bounces low off. Tries to take it in. Gets it to Van Scheppen. Van Scheppen looks to turn a corner. Good defense there by Rice. 5 on the shot clock. Van Scheppen weaves his way in and scores. So great individual effort by Luke Van Scheppen as he took matters into his own hands there and found the mark for the first time in this game. (5-4), the lead in favor of the Timbermen here with just over 8.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Off the draw this time, Gustafson got some help, and it's who else but the carpet master in Van Scheppen, and he'll work it over the timeline, and he feeds over to Davis Prince. Prince sent it down in that far corner. Angus will wait out, and going to be a penalty there, and that's an easy call as Jordan Durston took that one in the face mask, and an easy call. Parker Sands will hustle to the penalty box, and Paris will go to work with their first power play opportunity of the game. They come in working at a 53% efficiency rate. Peterborough's penalty kill has struggled, just 19%. If you look at Peterborough, their power play much more effective than their penalty kill, and Riverwolves will go to work right here. Both these two teams come in averaging just over 15 a game, and Durston will balance things out. He took the penalty, gets the first shot, finds the 5-hole, and we're all knotted at 5. So first power play opportunity is a good one for the Riverwolves. They capitalize. So with plenty of time left in this first quarter, apparently we're going to have ourselves a shootout here, as both teams have gone to use the fundamental bounce that both netminders just don't seem to be able to stop. Off the face-off. Bafia speeds in to get it, zipped it back out, but instead it's Angus the other way. Marley Angus, one man to beat. Now there's some help. Angus will peel out and give way to Robinson. Luke Robinson. So delayed penalty coming. I think it's going to be a high sticking call. It's going to go to Peterborough. And now with the extra attacker on, 10 on the shot clock. Davis Prince filters it over. Behind the net dunk, and that one stopped by Selleck. So Dawson thwarted on that attempt, but the Riverwolves will get their second power play attempt. But in the meantime, between times, 7:25 to go. We'll take our officials' timeout. Zoom after our officials' timeout. Had to wait a little extra for the crew chief, Kyle Coulter, to get everything right. And now for the second time. The Riverwolves will go to work on the power play. They'll go around the horn, give everyone a touch. Ball loose in the corner. Gasparetti fighting for it. Dawson comes away with it. Shifted over Prince. Robinson shot right on, stopped by Selleck. He smothers it, and he'll look for an outlet, sends away Gasparetti. Gasparetti bounces off one, has a trailer, but didn't see him as McAlpine cruised through the slot. Thomas now on the cut. Skylar Thomas just wide of the mark. Rebound Rice. No reset. Thomas ducks back around. Through another. Q working him over. Thomas still has it. Good flip. McAlpine the fake. He goes to the bounce. Stopped by O'Toole as he's come in and done a good job on the couple of shots he's faced. They get it up to Van Scheppen. A minute left. There's going to be another delayed penalty, and that's going to be a slash coming to Peterborough. And there may be some whining about it, but it sure looked like a slash to me. Durston behind the net dunk, and well disguised, perfectly executed Kyle Dawson. So Dawson, with his second of the game, has made a living off that move. Beauty pass from Durston as he made it look like he was going to take the shot. Instead, perfect pass on the money right in, and Dawson, you give it to him in that right spot. That's an easy dunk from behind the net for him. So the Riverwolves have come roaring back with 3 unanswered. They lead this one 6-5 now with 6:10 to play here opening quarter. So not this time for Gustafson, and possession will belong to Corkerly and the Timbermen. Corkery trying to barrel his way in. Hanrahan skips it out to Curtis. Riley Curtis gets a bit of a wind-up going. Van Scheppen chases him out. Curtis backs out. He'll get a step now. Look for the flip. Not there. 8 on the shot clock. Looking around now. Curtis looking for someone to give it off to. 2 seconds. Gets that shot right on, and good defensive hold by the Riverwolves. And now Q will get it up, and the Timbermen will work it over the timeline, set things up with Angus. Robinson. And Robinson will send it back to the top. They'll work it around, and it's Dawson behind the net. Gretzky's office looking. Robinson now with an opening. Dawson, quick stick finish right on. Stopped, rebound, another 30 for the Riverwolves to work with. Still a minute left in the penalty. That one right on, stopped by Selleck. Good shot by Angus. He collects his own rebound. Durston now. Faked that shot and went for the pass. Davis Prince going to try to regroup. He does. And he'll look for an opening here, send it out. Robinson and Prince on that right side. Durston at the top. Took something off. Rebound attempt, backhand Dawson. Right on by Selleck. And here come the Timbermen now. On the run is Baffia. He's got Rice with him. Rice. Delayed penalty and a good short side save there by O'Toole. So the remaining 23 seconds in that power play will be nullified now by a Paris penalty. And it will give the Timbermen their first opportunity to go to work on the power play. So too many on the floor is the call. And in 23 seconds, Timbermen, who come in with the most impressive power play efficiency at 72%. And the penalty kill for the Riverwolves, 46%. Hanrahan looking for an opening, zips it across. Rice thought about it, ducks back in. 10 on the shot clock. That shot right on. Riverwolves going to fight, but Rice is going to scoop it up. So penalty over now, minute 35 in the Peterborough power play, and McNutt out there on that left side. He'll wait. Hartley will filter out down to the left crease. Rice at the top. You've got Austin Murphy out there on that right shooter spot. Cole Hanrahan down right crease. Underhand and a good save, almost fished out by Murphy, pops up. And glad to have Austin Murphy back in the Arena Lacrosse League, of course. He teeters back and forth. Newbro does a good job to get it over the timeline. A minute left now in the penalty. 3.5 to go here first quarter. Q, and they leave Q all alone. Q walks in. Good save by Selleck. And the Timbermen almost got caught taking a nap. And luckily enough to dodge a bullet. Paris, though, collected that rebound to get another fresh 30, but some good defensive rotation closes that up. And Peterborough now will work it up into the offensive end with Trumbull. Very lackadaisical here are these Timbermen, and just 20 seconds left in this man advantage here. Paris holding a 1-goal lead. Rice, no look skip. Thomas, back out Hartley. Hanrahan lets it go, side of the net. So no reset. And now Van Scheppen ahead to Q. Q's got some room if he decides to take it. He'll go to the overhand right on Selleck. Good save. So Marco Selleck doing a great job filling in here up to this point. And Timberman now going to have to work penalty over. Team's back to full strength. And that's going to be a violation, as that's an over and back call. And possession now to Paris. Noah Simonelli. Kick it over, Campbell. Campbell, flip across. Dawson lets it go, rings it off the pipe. Rebound collected by the Timbermen, and Simonelli with a good stick check. Thomas, though, quick pass to move it up, gets it to Horn. Horn, good job to lean in. Tough pass, though, in a bad spot for Hartley. Hartley, good regroup, dumps it off. Looking inside, kicks it off corkily. Looking for Cam Simpson. Cameron Simpson in the lineup for the Timbermen. Simpson going to take more than one to handle him. Kick out. And a golden opportunity was Oren Horn, but he couldn't hold it. And now Gustafson runs under one. Rolls. Waits for some help. He'll peel out. Under a minute and a half to go here first quarter. Gustafson will wait. They'll set it back up now with the Prince. Josh Rex looking for an opening. Campbell filters late, got ahead of steam. Campbell walks in. Big save by Selleck. So Campbell walked in, went to the 5-hole. Now Gasparetti. He has been a man on a mission in transition. We're into the final minute. McNutt gets a step, thinks better of it. Good recovery by Newbro. Swinging around right side. Hanrahan on the run. That shot just wide. Gasparetti, rebound, no reset. 6 on the shot clock, right on stop though by O'Toole. Q now with 40 seconds left in the game clock. They'll move it over the timeline with Angus. Dawson sheds the double team, has a look, skips it inside. Marley Angus put on the air brakes, stopped and popped it in the far corner. A late goal for Marley Angus, his second of the game, with 25.8 seconds left here in this first quarter. And it's Paris with a 7-5 lead. Gustafson will control the draw this time. They'll swing it around. O'Toole will head to the bench for the extra attacker. They're going to play out this final 15 seconds. Davis Prince. He's going to settle down. They've got everyone out there. All 6. Durston. Angus. Behind the net. Dawson, no look pass out. Durston's going to let it go. Stopped by Selleck. Rebound picked up. Loose. Angus shot wide of the mark. 15 minutes have zipped on by. 7-5 Riverwolves. All set to rock and roll here for second quarter action. The home side, Paris Riverwolves, leading this one 7-5 over the Peterborough Timbermen. Had a chance to speak with both coaches prior to the game, and of course, ever-changing lineups, always a challenge for these coaches each and every week. Just when you think you're going to have your top lineup out there, and then you don't. Either way, take a look, flip your screen the other way as these two teams will change ends. And now the Riverwolves to work. Teams at full strength here. So Davis Prince, skip pass across. Marley Angus to left side. He'll duck in, kick it back out, and tried to connect with Melenchenko. Couldn't do it. Rebound, Prince behind the net. Simonelli can't handle it, but Brian Rice can. Numbers for the Timbermen if they can create some space. Back door. Rice dumps it off. Had Hartley. Hartley couldn't get the shot off, and Paris will counter the other way. Angus has some room. Good. Tried to duck in, change direction. Wide of the mark, and Timbermen are going to hustle down to it. It's Horn. Wrong stick side, so he's going to wait for some help. He'll flip it up, and the Timbermen now will set it up with McAlpine. Lots of room to tee that one up, but accuracy well off the mark. McAlpine able to gather that carom. He'll try to work his way in with 10 on the shot clock. McAlpine, no-look pass across. Big shot coming, and going to be a delayed penalty. Think it's going to go to Peterborough this time as it's picked up by the Riverwolves, and they'll get O'Toole out of that net on the delayed penalty call. And Prince now. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. 6-on-5 here. With the penalty coming, Prince will work it over, and they'll play it like a power play. Simonelli over there with Robinson. Durston looking for an opening. Skip. Simonelli's shot right on, stopped, though, by O'Toole. And my apologies, by Selleck. And we will have another penalty. Looks like Aaron Bradshaw is going to go. And that is a legal cross-check to call on Aaron Bradshaw. So Paris will go to their third power play opportunity. They're 1 for 2 here in this game. A chance here to extend this 2-goal lead. You kind of get the impression that no lead's going to be safe in this one. So Prince is at the top, Durston and Dawson on that left side. Robinson and Simonelli on the right. Robinson changes the angle, goes to the bounce, stopped by Selleck, scooped up. Here come the Timbermen on the move. They've got numbers, 3-on-1. Bafia, full stride. Bafia takes a shot. Good save by O'Toole. Q goes sky high, grabs that loose ball, and legs it over the timeline. Q has Prince with him. Q takes the shot, stopped by Selleck. Back the other way, it's the Timbermen, and Trumbull with a man to beat. He does. Trumbull had an opening if he wanted it. Instead, he'll burn some clock, 1:10 to go in the penalty. Murphy. And Murphy will send that across, get it to Thomas. Skylar Thomas. Oh, he's tricky. Good pass looking for Cam Simpson. Couldn't connect. Riverwolves pick it up now. 50 seconds left in the man advantage. Jacob Johnson doing a good job out there as the rest of the power play unit filters out. Brian Rice late to get back into that box setup. Prince has room, goes to the extra bounce. Selleck smothered that. And now a quick outlet pass to Simpson. Simpson will bounce off that check easy from Lemaire. Simpson rolls into the double team, gets knocked down, gets back up, ducks back in. Simpson still has it, rolls around. Finally taken away from him by Malcolm Ford. Great defense by Ford. And the Riverwolves now with possession. Just 6 seconds left in the power play. So the Riverwolves now. Prince will go to the bounce again. This one's knocked down now. Chance for the Timbermen. Pass up ahead. And it's Trumbull. Trumbull tried to duck that one and tuck it in the corner. Good save by O'Toole. That hands-on play will give possession to the Riverwolves as just a little too much extra curric, and Paris now will set things up. We're under 11 minutes to go here in this first half. Marley Angus. Angus gets a screen, and that's too much of a screen from Durston. Timbermen pick it up and leg it up in a hurry. Parker Sands has it just taken away at the last minute. O'Toole, quick outlet pass. Durston on the shore hop. He'll bring it into the offensive end now. They'll set it up. Back door. Josh Rex on the run. That one just wide of the mark. Rebound Campbell, and they'll settle it down with Robinson. Half boards right side. Melenchenko. Campbell's got room, and he buries it. You could see that from this vantage point. Andy Campbell, he had his sights set on that far corner, and that was a pellet that bulged the twine. The big man's first goal of the game comes almost at the 10-minute mark and gives the Riverwolves a 3-goal advantage. So Paris has seemed to put a bit of a wrench in the offensive plans of the Timbermen off the draw. Gustafson has a chance here. Rolls. That shot just wide of the mark, and Newbro going to try to fish it. Does. Tiptoes on the line. Excellent job by Newbro. And that's one of those things. Won't show up on the stat sheet, but Dari Newbro, boy, oh boy, invaluable to his squad. Dawson working one-on-one left side. Gets a screen, goes to the bounce. That will end up in the gondola. Possession Timbermen, and wasted no time, but that pass from Trumbull found no one but Q. And under 9.5 to go here, Paris with possession. They've got a 3-goal lead. Melenchenko will swing it around to the right side. Robinson, duck in, shovel pass, Q. Quick shot off the post. That one will come right back to Durston. He'll let that roll all the way down. Not quite sure why, but that's his choice, and they'll work it. Rex, kick out. Melenchenko, one man to beat. Melenchenko blows by Sands. Great stick check late by Parker Sands. And now here come Lowe's, not the store, and the Timbermen moving it over the timeline. Great catch. Hanrahan twister stop, though, by O'Toole. Hanrahan was flying out of that back door. Agus out there with Simonelli. He'll think better of it. They'll swing it around to Simonelli on that right side. Tough pass and handcuff Melenchenko. That'll be an over and back call. Gasparetti, wrong stick side, so he'll pull out and wait for some assistance. Gasparetti will take it himself. Quick shot. Good job by O'Toole to cover up that short side. And now Angus has the Prince with him out the back door. Trailing late. Robinson on the run. And that squeaks through. Luke Robinson in full flight collects his 14th goal of the season. And Paris now extends their lead to 9-5. So the Paris offense, certainly the strategy coming in, Jamie Dubrick and Chris Driscoll, is to attack and continue to attack in transition. And when you have Gustafson doing this and they continue to attack, Q almost hauled in that pass, and he does. But they're not letting the Peterborough defense rest for a second as they continue their relentless attack. Angus turns the corner, lets it go. Selleck with the stop right on. Peterborough now will look to move it up, and they do with Lowe's. So the Timbermen need a little something here. They've been stuck on 5, haven't pocketed anything yet in this second quarter. So Hanrahan out there with Thomas. Good duck in. Hartley shot in, snuck through but hit the post. And Paris weathers that storm, and they move it up into the offensive end with Lemaire. So sometimes it's all about a bounce here or there, and right now Paris getting those bounces. That pass is going to go awry, and it was deflected, so no reset. but no over and back. Dawson had it popped out of his stick. 5 on the shot clock. Dawson got to get a shot on. Moves in closer, has it knocked down, and possession belongs to the Timbermen, so that's a no goal. And with 6:41 to play, that'll take us to our officials' timeout. Set to go here after our officials' timeout. Cole Hanrahan will inbounds this possession for the Timbermen. Going to need a little something here as they need to wreck the roll of these Riverwolves. Hanrahan gets it back, skip pass. Great job by Thomas. Thomas handled that. Maybe a little one fake too many. Got the rebound, put it off the post. So Skylar Thomas, relentless, great work ethic. Just wasn't able to pocket one there. Now it's Newbro. Newbro dumps it off. Van Scheppen. Shot, and it finds its way through. So Luke Van Scheppen willed that one through the wickets on Marco Selick, and what was a 2-goal advantage has now turned into a 5-goal lead for the Riverwolves, 10-5. So you certainly can't fault the Timbermen for what they're doing, and circumstance has it that they neither their first or second netminder available today. So Marco Selick agreed to step front and center, and that takes a lot as Bradshaw's going to go for a slash. Takes a lot to do in a league of this caliber, and knowing full well as a goaltender your goals against average is going to probably get worked pretty good. So delayed penalty, Prince, Robinson, 2-man game, zip it around. Robinson again, he goes to the shot, wide of the mark. Can't get his own rebound, so that'll go over the timeline, and Peterborough looks like Bradshaw will go for the slash. Paris will go to their 4th power play opportunity of the game. They're 1 for 3. And Peterborough in need of some sort of injection here, a bit of a spark, something. But I think the first thing they have to do here is work on killing this penalty. So Paris with the usual suspects out there. Angus will interchange the top and that left shooter. Robinson tried to slide that by, went off the post. Angus collects it. Robinson again, ducks in, out, and they'll swing it around to the left. Thurston, he goes 5-hole. So making that look easy was Jordan Durston with his second of the game. Second power play marker for the Riverwolves, and it's 11-5. So time for the Timbermen to not make any excuses. They just have to get a little extra jolt from somewhere, and more importantly, stay out of the penalty box. They've had 4 minor penalties and have given up 2 goals on those penalties, and not only does the penalties put you short, but it takes the momentum away from your squad, and might be a good idea to be a little more disciplined here going forward. Off the draw, Gustafson, a problem. Doherty's had no answer. Gustafson, good save by Selick. Rebound loose, and Timbermen will get it, but great forecheck in Newbro between him and Q, and Angus, they force a turnover. Angus, he'll scoop it up, and they'll set it up with Van Scheppen. So Paris winning all the battles to the loose balls here in this second quarter. Van Scheppen. Simonelli shot right on. Selick can't get the rebound, but it's picked up by Sands. Sands gets some help. It's Trumbull now. 4.5 minutes to go here, second quarter. Trumbull. Peterborough was much more effective when they were attacking and working in transition. Now that they've gotten into this half-court affair, they've kind of been stymied. Hanrahan on the duck in. Pass to Austin Murphy. Beauty feed, beauty finish. So Hanrahan to Murphy, a good combination, finally halts the run by the Riverwolves, and it's an 11-6 game. So we'll see here now if the Timbermen and Spencer Corkley can do something with Gustafson, and he cannot. Gustafson continues to attack, almost weaving his way again right to that net. And he'll kick it out, and Q will set things up. Under 4 minutes to play here. Second quarter. Angus. Prince has some room. Skip pass. Robinson behind the net. Campbell goes for the dunk, and it's a beauty. So Big Andy Campbell used every inch he had, tucked that over and under the crossbar, and he has been playing his best lacrosse of late. That's his second of the game. So Paris with the swift, quick answer, and with 3:42 to play here, it's a 12-6 game. So finally a violation, and it wasn't Gustafson, as he will have to finally get a rest, and the Timbermen now will control. McAlpine. Rice looking for an opening. Rice turns a corner. Rice, that one steered aside. Riverwolves now trying to counter the other way. Dawson Brown dumps it off. Robinson had a notion, flipped it off, and he got it back. They'll settle it down here. Riverwolves have the luxury, a 6-goal lead. They can work the clock a bit, look for the the highest percentage shot. Dawson kicked out of that half circle and through the crease will give possession to Peterborough. Quick pass up, moves Lowe's along. Back door, Skylar Thomas. He'll look to duck in. Thomas eludes a couple of defenders there. Zips it across Murphy. They'll work it back to the left side. Riley Curtis, flip up, bodies down. That shot from way out wide of the mark. And going to go all the way over the timeline. It'll be picked up, though, by Johnson. And Johnson now will play it under 2.5 to go to Angus. Marley Angus, one-on-one. He'll zip it across. Melenchenko will swing it to Simonelli. They'll work it to the Prince. Davis Prince on the loft up. Had Simonelli loose. Melenchenko through the crease, touched it. Possession to Peterborough. Headed toward the 2-minute warning. Gasparetti, kick out, good pass. Rice, shovel, and that one's wide of the mark. McAlpine jumps on that. No reset, 15 on the shot clock. McAlpine. That shot through a crowd by Gasparetti, right on, saved by O'Toole. Van Scheppen in that corner, and when he's usually in there, he usually comes up with it. Had it, lost it, and a crease ball. Good job to fish that out by Corkerly. He's going to try to roll in and throws that away over the timeline, and now it's Hunter Agus. Agus, back door, goes to the bounce. Hunter Agus on the money and on the scoreboard. So a big transition goal off a costly turnover by the Timbermen in their own offensive end. So instead of closing the gap, they give up another one, and it's 13-6 now for Paris. See if Caleb Bingley can give Mitch Gustafson a bit of a go here, as Gustafson has just been dominant in the circle, and good job to knock it away. So Bingley does a great job. Newborough bails his team out. Paris with it now, and they'll set up the offense with Angus. We are into the final minute of play here, first half. Prince ducks in. Extra bounce, nothing doing. Bingley the rebound. He'll look for some relief. The shovel, they're going to have to hurry to get it over the timeline, and they do. So Fred Hartley now will set it up. 45 seconds left on the game clock. Murphy has a head of steam. Austin Murphy tried to twist her, closed up the wickets. O'Toole, that one's knocked down by Murphy. Great play. Good hustle. Angus comes away with it with 30 seconds left here in the half. So about an 8-second differential shot in game clock. Angus will look and work it to Campbell. Campbell one-on-one. Campbell sweeps his way in. The big man just carries two. Finally gets taken down. 11.9 seconds left. Timbermen will call a timeout here and hold for the final possession. We'll take a quick break. Set to go here. Final 11.9 seconds left. Timbermen will inbounds and hold for the final shot. They'll leg it over the timeline. Hanrahan and Murphy out on this right side. They'll start it on the left. Skyler Thomas. Quick pass across. Give and go, and that one's knocked down by Van Scheppen, and the clock will expire. We've played 30 minutes here at the ILA. 13-6 for the home side, Riverwolves. So this is a battle for second place in the standings, and off the draw. Good job by Corkerly as they almost put a wrench in the plans of Gustafson, but he gets some backup from Van Scheppen, and Paris will control the first possession here in this third quarter. Noah Simonelli. Good stick check there as he gets worked over by Rice. Q trying to help him out. Gasparetti in there trying to shield it. He'll knock it away. Rice will look to see if there's someone up the boards to hockey it to. Instead, Q comes away with it. That shot on target. Q grabs his own rebound, comes around the other side, but Selleck with the save. And now the Timbermen with their first possession here of this third quarter. They need to look to gain some momentum here. It's not so much about the deficit, but the momentum working in favor of the Riverwolves. That pass inside looking for McNutt. Can't connect. And on the run is Angus. Angus will curl back out, look down low. Good stick check there by Trumbull. And the Timbermen now will look to counter the other way. So a good defensive hold as Paris's transition opportunity goes for naught. Thomas on the roll. Had the big man in Conkerly, but weren't able to connect there, and now it's Josh Rex. Rex working on that right side with Davis Prince. The Prince now has an opening. Thinks better of it. Kicked it back out, and Campbell let that go through the hole in his pocket. That'll roll all the way down. Possession to Peterborough. So a bit of a mental miscue gives Peterborough possession deep in the offensive end. Now Thomas will work it to the right side. Rice, he'll swing it around. Screen there. Riley Curtis zips it across. Austin Murphy, flip over. Thomas, quick stick stopped though by O'Toole. And his quick outlet pass in the basket to Q. Alex Q. He'll give way. Simonelli will zip it down. Robinson working down low. Gets a step. Robinson airborne. That's going to be a crease call as he collides with Selleck. And you can bet Selleck will roll on top of him, and then he'll roll back over. Let's see if he may need some assistance rolling back over, as it looks like he gets it. And good on Marco. Nice to see he's not down for the count. Parker Sands now. So pressure by the Riverwolves now. Simonelli, good job by Sands. Trapto does a good job to get it away. Hartley's going to have to race under it. So Peterborough, they beat the press, but now they're still well out of way from that dotted half circle. 10 on the shot clock. McNutt lets it go and finds the mark. And I said McNutt, but I'm pretty sure that was Fred Hartley finding the mark, and that is the case. Hartley with his first of the game. He's got 7 goals this season, and if ever Peterborough needed one, that was the time, as the lead now 13-7. Off the draw again, Gustafson knocks it away to who else but Van Scheppen. He'll scoop that up and leg it into the offensive end. Boy, Luke Van Scheppen, outstanding work again as usual. Angus, he'll wait, and it's the Prince. Prince, head down, looking to tee something up. Zips it across, Campbell. Campbell gets the screen. Campbell, off the post. Rebound, Q fish for it. Timbermen now have numbers. Baffia, he'll flip, gives it to Gasparetti. Gasparetti, long stride. Gasparetti picks the corner. Timbermen with back-to-back goals for the first time since the first quarter. It's 13-8. Jake Gasparetti in transition. Good job to find Gasparetti and know that he's a bit more offensively oriented, and that his 18th goal of the season. So Gasparetti has come on here in the Arena Lacrosse League and made his mark already here at the midway point. And more importantly now, the deficit closed to 5. So the Timbermen on a bit of a run here. They've scored 2 straight, but Gustafson this time. Gustafson tried to let it go. Knocked down. Simpson goes airborne. Cam Simpson, if he can scoop it, may give his team a lift here. Simpson, the shovel. Gasparetti peels back out. Gasparetti tried to tuck it. Lemaire, he'll shovel and cue with the one-handed grab. So dodging a bullet were the Riverwolves. A chance there for Peterborough to close the gap and pocket another transition marker, but they couldn't do it. Angus zips it across, looking for Rex. Rebound, Dawson. 6 on the shot clock, and that's through the crease. That'll be possession to Peterborough. So the Timbermen now will look to move it up. Rice out there with Thomas, Riley Curtis, Hanrahan, McAlpine. Rice dumps it. Thomas looking down low. Riley Curtis, great recovery. Hanrahan ducks in, and that one just wide of the mark. Good job by Newbro. Newbro fishes it out. A little weave and dodge and weave. Creates some space. Newbro now. Newbro underhand. Steered aside by Selleck. Rebound, Doherty. He'll bounce off one and keep it, but he's going to have to make a pass to get it over the timeline. Zips it across, and Hartley got a stick on it, but Malcolm Ford, the recipient. He'll give way now to Q. We are at the 10-minute mark here, third quarter. Q. Peel back out. Robinson zipping in, gets it to Durston. He's got room. Looking to duck in. 10 on the shot clock. Inside. Picked off by Lowe's. Lowe's, good shovel ahead to Baffia. Baffia on the move. Bounce shot, top corner, Baffia in transition. The Timbermen are back in this one. How about Nick Baffia? Last time he gave way and let Gasparetti take it and score. This time he keeps it himself and goes to the hard bounce top corner for his first of the game, and it's 13-9. So 3 straight for the Timbermen here have allowed them to claw their way back into it with 9.5 to go here in the third. Newbro. See here now if Paris can be a little more deliberate on offense here, get the highest percentage shot, and it's Robinson with 10 on the shot clock. Robinson bounced out, skips that one in the corner. Van Scheppen plays the carom, dumps it inside, but goes right to Selleck, and Gasparetti now will put on the Jets, working with Rice. Gasparetti weaves through one. He'll curl back out, and he'll set it at the top with Hartley. Hartley looking to make a move. Good spin move. Hartley, kick pass across. And they'll settle it now with 10 on the shot clock. Rice through a crowd. Rice goes up top, stopped by O'Toole. And that one knocked down as Agus gets a second chance, gets it to Lemaire. Lemaire, Dawson with him. Don't have numbers. Rex, though, late to the party. Lemaire. He'll pull it back out. 8.5 to go here in the third. Rex. Durston changes the angle. Selleck to save off the pad. Picked up, though, by Dawson. So a fresh 30 to work with for the Riverwolves. Lemaire. Give and go. Gone and went. Campbell going to have to recover. He does. He'll roll off one. Durston. Again, changing the angle. Looking, nothing there. Good defense by Lowe's. Durston. Great rotation by Parker Sands. Weaving his way in. Selleck the rebound. Picked up. Dawson. Dawson. Kick back out. Fresh 30 here for the Riverwolves. Rex lets it go. Finds the corner. So Josh Rex pockets his first of the game, and it puts an end to the 3-goal run by the Timbermen. And it's 14-9. So you can see Peterborough just worked so hard defensively, but weren't able to come up with that loose ball. And when Dawson was able to scoop it up, give his team a fresh clock, you could tell a tired defense, and that allowed that shot to be a clean look and find the back of the net. Off the draw, Gustafson again. One of the top face-off men in this Arenalacrosseleague, and good job by Bafia and Gustafson and Bingley as they have been battling hard. So Bingley hustles off. Looks like he's the victim and not the perpetrator. Looks like Gustafson's going to go. I mean, Mitch, you can't have every play every time. So he's going to make the slow walk to the penalty box. And he's going to get an interference call. So the Timbermen, with just their second power play opportunity of the game, they are 0 for 1. So it tells you how disciplined Paris has been. And now we say that, but Peterborough only has 4 penalties. So power play unit out there, Rice working with Murphy and Hanrahan. No look inside Rice. Great feed from Hanrahan to Rice on the money power play marker for Peterborough. This is just excellent ball movement and a good job by Rice to pocket his third, but it was all about the passing, and of course with Cole Hanrahan figuring in the mix, send a shout out to Grandma and Grandpa, Jim and Marty. I know they're listening in. They always do. Great to have you along for the ride as always. 7:15 to play here, 4-goal game. So the Timbermen have used this quarter to battle their way back in it off the draw again, and Doherty's a long time getting up. Not sure if he caught an errant stick, but Cam Simpson gets through 2. Simpson, shovel, and it's just a bit too late. And if you don't know about Cam Simpson, you got to know it takes more than one. Alex Q, Gasparetti on him. Good flip back, good job by Angus to run under it, and they'll set it up with Dawson. Simonelli looking for an opening, dumps it off. Dawson has room. Dawson to the overhead. Selleck steered that one aside, and with 6:36 to go, we will head to our officials' timeout. Go after our officials' timeout. Shots are 15-9 in favor of the Riverwolves here in this quarter. And they go right back to work. Dawson, quick shot. Good save by Selleck as he used his reflex. But Dawson, again, the workhorse, picks up that loose ball, gives his team a fresh clock to work with. Robinson, he'll swing it around. Campbell well out. He'll just try to glide his way in on Sands, use his body, zipped across. Robinson couldn't connect. Good job now to move it up by the Timbermen, and it's Rice. Rice has a clear path. Rice goes to the shot. Good save by O'Toole. Rebound gobbled up by the Timbermen, and they'll look for a reset. Good job by Bradshaw, him and McAlpine, as they'll work it around, create some space now. Rice, one-on-one, isolated on the left side, gets a screen. Rice dumps it off. Hartley up, down, off the bar. So Hartley rung it off the iron. Riverwolves now will regroup, pick it up, bring it into the offensive end. Good transition defense, though, by the Timbermen. Under 5.5 to go here, third quarter. Prince. He'll stop, drop, and set up shop. They'll work it around to that left side. Campbell trying to weave his way in, kicks it well out to Melenchenko. 6 on the shot clock. Lets that go from way out. Almost slipped through the pad of Selleck, but good job getting some help. Backdoor one hopper. Good read, Austin Murphy, as he read that bounce, chased out. Good flip, had Hanrahan on the fly. Couldn't connect, though, and Trumbull will settle things down. That would have been a golden opportunity had Hanrahan been able to pocket that. Hanrahan has room. Too much on the screen. And here comes Van Scheppen the other way. Van Scheppen, good hesitation. Leaves that stick hanging. Ducks in. Van Scheppen stopped, though, by Selleck. So Marco Selleck coming up big, though, but he gives it right back. Merry Christmas. Simonelli buries it. So you go from a highest to high to a low as the Timbermen hold court and then give it right back. 15-10 to score. Simonelli's first goal of the game comes with 4:26 to play here in the third quarter. Off the draw, guess who? Gustafson controls that, and Newbro will float in that neutral zone and wait for the Prince. Prince puts on the brakes. Dawson comes out late. He'll work the left side, gets a step. Dawson bounces back out, kicks it over Prince. Still working it to Angus, now left side. Ducking in. Tried to slip that through the pad, got his own rebound, but went through the crease. And that'll be possession to Peterborough. Under 4 minutes to play here. Rice, good job on the short hop. Timbermen would love to get something here, maybe a couple before the end of this quarter. Skylar Thomas, he's been quiet. Thomas, he'll have to duck back out, has a defender on him. Gets it over. Changing the angle. Good save by O'Toole as he slid over nicely to his left. And it's Hunter Agus. Agus has it stripped. Rice with a chance here. Brian Rice. Rice scores! Brian Rice created the turnover with a one-man press and found the mark. Rice with his fourth goal of the game. He's been sensational for Peterborough here. And that's at both ends. He plays the defensive end as well. And, boy, he puts on that one-man forecheck and stripped Hunter Agus and took that in and buried it. And it's 15-11. Off the draw, Corkerly not able to handle Gustafson. Gets it over. Van Scheppen has Q. Van Scheppen goes to the bounce. Good save. Selleck. Rebound, ball loose. Timbermen gobble that up. And it's Skylar Thomas now on the move. Thomas going to try to race away from the double team. Looking for some help. Finds it. Gets it over to Hartley. Hartley will swing it to the right. Thomas, bad pass there. A late hit will give it to the Riverwolves now in Newbro. Newbro will take his time. And they'll set it up with Melenchenko. Robinson. Skip to Campbell. 2.5 to play. Andy Campbell had it bounce out. He'll have to look for some help. Prince going to have to let it go from there. Goes off a defender's helmet. Rex had it, and a great job by Trumbull, as Trumbull all over the place holds court defensively for the Timbermen. Rice now. Lemaire gets by him. Rice, 2-on-1, goes to the far side. Good save by O'Toole. O'Toole now will look for some help. Lofts it in the middle, finds Dawson. They're over the timeline. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Dawson. They'll wait for Robinson, the last out. Simonelli now. Has room. Bouncer right in the basket by Selleck. And Timberman now with a chance to move it up. Bingley keeps the legs going. Bingley, Hanrahan, diving. Great save by O'Toole. They called crease on the play. But O'Toole with a great job shifting over from right to left. Angus. Angus still has it. Dale on him. Kick over. Robinson rings it off the post. So the Iron has gotten a whole lot of work at both ends here in this game. Paris now with a minute to go here. They'll work it in on the reset. Casually just getting it over the timeline was Davis Prince, and now it's Rex. Melenchenko working with Angus. Ducks off one. Shot on. Stopped by Selleck. Rebound. 35 seconds left in the game clock. Outlet will send away Trumbull. So Peterborough now, 5-second differential clock in game shot and game. And Timberman net empty at the other end. Going to have to be careful with the 4-second differential. Riley Curtis. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Thomas shot right on. And O'Toole going to take a chance at it up the middle. Intercepted though. Curtis zips it the other way. And a shot on net. But 3/4 are in the books. We've got a game. Fasten your seatbelt. Quarter number 4 to come. Heading into the final 15. Off the draw, Gustafson continues his dominance. Great move there. Fakes out 2. Chance here. Good duck in. Gustafson kicks it back out. So he has been the difference maker here in this game for the Riverwolves. Down low. Simonelli stopped by Selleck. So Marco Selleck, good reflexes. Got over to the right side. Closed that off now. And the Timbermen with an offensive possession and a chance now to inch all so much closer. Trailing by 4. Thomas. Duck in, gives it off. That bouncer from Rice. Hanrahan's going to track down that rebound. Fresh clock now to work with for Peterborough. They'll work it around, swing it to the left side. Hanrahan isolated 1-on-1. He'll roll back, step back, lets it go just wide of the mark. And that'll go up into the gondola. And possession now to Lemaire and the Riverwolves. Probably should have made one more pass there and got it back, Hanrahan. And Dawson now will set things up. Durston on the roll. Has Dawson, and he picks the corner. So you can see if you don't execute defensively and cover that screener, they'll make you pay on the pick and roll, and Kyle Dawson has been all over the floor. That's his 3rd of the game. And more importantly, the Riverwolves strike first here in this 4th quarter to push the lead back to 5. Off the draw. Surprise, surprise. Paris controls. And Gustafson now. He always looks for an opening. You just see a little bit of light under that doorway. He's going to go for it. And the Prince now. Davis Prince has been quiet. Prince, skip pass across Melenchenko. Had a notion. turn the corner on the run, underhand, stopped by Selleck. And a quick outlet pass, looking for Gasparetti. Gasparetti, forward on him, and he gives him a good push right out of that slot area. And Peterborough will reset now with Lowe's. Bradshaw threw a defender. That didn't find anyone, and that's going to go off the boards. And possession now, and they're going to say hold on here, as it was a quick whistle but an inadvertent whistle. And I think the officials did a good job to get it right, and that's the main thing. So Q now on the inbounds, and while a discussion goes on with Mac Abbott and Jamie Dubrick, Andy Campbell looking inside. Dawson takes a hard hit and loses his helmet. So a good save by Selleck. Peterborough again dodging bullets. Backdoor Rice can't connect with Sands. And a look ahead, Lemaire doesn't have the numbers, but he does have Robinson backdoor. Luke Robinson, a little shuck and jive. He'll think better of it. Pull it back out. Set it up with Melenchenko. So they'll leave Brian Rice, Peterborough, down at the offensive end. Play 4-on-4 here. Robinson with 4 on the shot clock, buries it. So Luke Robinson, with a sidearm from that right shooter spot, finds the mark. That's his second goal of the game. It's 17-11. So Peterborough needed to come out and open this quarter up with a bit of a flurry, take the momentum away. Instead, Paris has done just that. And off the draw again, Gustafson. He's going to get worked in that corner on the boards. Still has it and dumps it off. So Mitch Gustafson, hats off to him. He has been dynamite in that face-off circle, and the Prince now will work it over to Angus. Marley Angus, 11.5 to go. Angus shot, stopped by Selleck. He'll keep that in his crease, and they'll look to move it up with Trumbull. Trumbull. Quick pass, backdoor. Thomas, swing it down low to Rice. Rice. Skip. McAlpine, one-on-one on Ford. Ford stays with him, closes it off. McAlpine lets it go, stopped though by O'Toole. Paris now with a chance to move it up. One hop. Good job by Q to keep it in front of him, and he'll hold on and wait. Dawson. He'll work it over to that left side and flip it down. Melenchenko. 10 on the shot clock. Melenchenko looks to step into one, switch hands, switch back. Rolls off one. Melenchenko. And Selleck does a good job to close that up. Ball loose. Simpson can't hold on to it. Campbell does. Bounces off Doherty. And then almost gives it right back away. So Paris will settle in here. They can be very deliberate now. Time on their side. They can work every shot clock, every possession down. Inside, backdoor, Lemaire stopped though by Selleck. Simonelli's going to track it down and give the Riverwolves 30 more to work with. Prince. Waiting for a screen, gets one, tiptoes in, can't find anything. Good defense by the Timbermen. Campbell, though, is going to have some room, lets it go, and Selleck steers it up and out of play. So a good shot from Andy Campbell will give his team another crack at it as we inch toward the 9.5-minute mark here, fourth quarter. Wrapping up Week 8 in the Arenalacrosseleague. Winners this week include the Express, the Steelhawks, and the Outlaws, and that was a beauty finish from Luke Robinson on the quick stick as he pockets his third of the game. So judging by the body language, when you take a look over at the Peterborough side, you can tell they look, I won't say tired, but a tad bit disinterested here at this stage. Paris continues to do what they've been doing. So unless Peterborough can show some sort of life here, as Van Scheppen again, and Van Scheppen had it. They said he knocked it out, but his stick got knocked out, and it was in possession of his stick first, and hence the reason possession goes to the Timbermen. So the crying is brief, fortunately. Hanrahan now on the dump off. Murphy couldn't handle that. Rebound picked up. Good save by O'Toole. Floats around there. Through the crease was Murphy. And possession now to Paris and Angus. Angus with Q. Backdoor Robinson flying out. That's going to be too many on the floor. As you saw, you couldn't understand why Robinson was so wide open coming out of that bench. And with 8:48 to go, there's a whole lot of crying going on out there. So Kyle Coulter and Matt Gabbett are going to get together. They're going to discuss it. And it's a too many men on the floor call. Power play will go to Peterborough. They're 1 for 2. This is their third opportunity with a man advantage. So if they're going to get a run going, it's got to start right here, right now. You got arguably your most dangerous power play unit out there. Rice at the top changes the angle. Hanrahan collects the carom. He's going to get that shot on. Cole Hanrahan. Point blank, deadly accuracy, number 16. So a power play goal for the Timbermen, much needed to say the least. Hanrahan's second goal of the game. And the lead now whittled to 6, with just under 8.5 to go. Off the draw, Timberman control. So Gustafson, finally, maybe he's getting tired. Bingley, though, wins that, swims his way to trouble, and then coughs it up. Van Scheppen and Angus. Angus going to get a step on Bingley. Angus goes to the far side, stopped by Selleck. So Selleck comes up big when his team needs him. And the Timbermen now, again, still have a pulse here with Lowe's. Gasparetti lets it go wide of the mark. Rebound, and it's going to go down over and back to call. Possession will belong to Paris deep in the offensive end. Dawson Brown. He's going to pull it back out. And there was no one off yet, so a turnover will give Peterborough a chance here. Murphy buries it. Austin Murphy, wrong stick side, doesn't matter. His second of the game, and the Timbermen not about to go away quietly into the night here. It's 18-13. So the Riverwolves having a few lapses of their own with 7:36 to play here in this fourth quarter. And there's Gustafson off the draw, and possession to Paris. Down low. On the dive, Robinson. That was a beauty on a feed from Newbro. Luke Robinson getting up to get down on that one, as the answer, again, comes swiftly by the Riverwolves, 19-13. So just when you think you had Paris on hold, again, Newbro. So the combination of Newbro, Van Scheppen, and Gustafson have been deadly in that neutral zone. And now Gasparetti. Backdoor bad pass, though, to Skylar Thomas. Probably should have been handled, though. And now it's Angus. He'll wait as we are just at the 7-minute mark here. Fourth quarter. Melenchenko. Prince had it pop out of his stick now, and it's Cameron Simpson. Simpson's going to go for a run. Simpson, Campbell on him. Two big bodies and too many on the floor. And I'm not sure if they're going to call Peterborough on that. If so, we'll take our final officials timeout with 6:49 to go against the Timbermen. That's a tough one to take in the offensive end. So just itching too much to get on the floor. So that will allow Paris to go to their 5th power play. This is their first one this half. They are 2 for 4. So Dawson, Durston, and Angus. Angus at the top, Simonelli, and Robinson on that right side. Angus chased back out. Skip over Simonelli. Tried to complete the tic-tac. Nothing doing on the toe. And Gasparetti 2 hands on. Takes down Durston. And it'll be a fresh 30 to work with here for Paris. Angus. No call there. Saved by Selleck. And a quick outlet pass will send her at Gasparetti. Gasparetti has Rice with him. Rice takes that shot, deflected off a defender in Van Scheppen, and I thought that may have been deflected, but appears the officials have a different angle, and it'll be Robinson to set it up. So Paris can be very deliberate now. We're under 6 minutes to go. Certainly want to send a shout-out to the Six Nations Snipers, still struggling, looking for their first win of the season. As you see Andy Campbell, he has been feeling the funk today, I tell you. That's his 3rd of the game. We know that Coach Darcy Palace and Vince Longboat will be back in full effect, and we are assured that they will be doing their due diligence like they always do. So 5:37 to go, and Paris with a 7-goal lead. Peterborough closed to within 3. It's the closest they've been since the second quarter. But again, as Corkerly and Gustafson picks up Corkerly's stick, and you know someone's got to go to penalty box if that happens. So Gustafson lost his stick, picked up Corkerly's stick, and tried to use it. That in turn will send Gustafson to the penalty box. And it'll give Peterborough their 4th power play opportunity of the game. They are 2 for 3. So Rice will inbounds. As we're under 5.5, and Hanrahan has all day. Could have stepped right in there. Hanrahan again. Sniff it, backhand, Thomas, back to Hanrahan, work it, Murphy, Hanrahan, Thomas, fake, back, Murphy, cut, bounce shot, stopped by O'Toole. And Angus now, over to Q. Q's got Prince at the back door. He's going to think better of it. As Q now is going to go for a jog with 1.5 minutes to go in the penalty. Q takes the double team. Q teetering on that timeline. Simpson, he's a handful, and Q will flip it back right into the stick of Trumbull, and he'll move it up. 4:40 to go here, regulation. Rice. I didn't know you were coming. Sometimes you get unexpected, just because guys think they're somewhat celebrities, they can just roll right in here and get some airtime. Murphy. Hanrahan on, just coming over was O'Toole to make the save. Quick outlet pass. Tough hop looking for Agus. Agus robbed though by Selleck. So good transition both ways, and with 30 seconds left here in the man advantage, Timbermen need something. Under 4 minutes to go regulation. Thomas ducked it and tucked it. That's the way to do it. Skylar Thomas on the board. Timbermen again capitalize on the power play. And for Skylar Thomas, just his first goal of this game, considering how much he's been in on this offensive attack for the Timbermen. Just goes to show a whole lot's gone on. They haven't been able to make the right connections to finish a lot of the opportunities they've had. And that's been the difference in this game. Paris has been money in the bank. Off the draw, Lowe's. Lowe's is going to take the shot, and it just got enough of it by O'Toole to keep that from rolling over the line, and Paris now will look to work it up. Angus had a notion out the back door, was Josh Rex. Instead, Melenchenko will swing it around, and they'll work it to Rex on the right. Back to Angus on the left. Angus turns the corner, lets it go off the crossbar. Going to be a race for it. Good hustle, Baffia. Baffia wins the race. Baffia, big save by O'Toole. Ball loose. Timbermen need it. Hartley in there. Baffia in there as well. 3 Riverwolves. We're under 3 minutes to go here. And Hartley comes out with it. Hartley. Good stick check there and Hartley couldn't get anything off, so they'll have to reset. Trumbull will slow it down. Peterborough doesn't have, running out of time here. McAlpine gets a step. McAlpine, got to let that go. Down low, diving, another big save. Riley Curtis, point blank, stopped by O'Toole. Riverwolves will counter the other way with Lemaire. Simonelli flying out, he shoots it wide. Lowe's gonna have to turn it up in a hurry. Zips it, Rice on the money. Brian Rice, top corner. Transition lacrosse at its best right there, as Brian Rice on the receiving end of his 5th goal of this game. So the Timbermen got a mountain to climb here, down 5 with 2:11 to play. And I do say it is a mountain. If Paris is smart, they should be able to run this out with Gustafson in that circle. And there you see there, clear dominance. He'll bounce off a check, lean in again, put on the brakes, kick it back out. So Paris now will look to work this shot clock all the way down. And the Prince on the screen and roll. Simonelli dumps it wide open, Robinson. So he made that look easy, but I tell you, as soon as you leave your feet, goaltender has very little chance to do a whole lot about it. So shall we say that could be the dagger, but the dagger could have come a couple of goals ago. So with 1:45 to go, this one clearly has Paris in the driver's seat. Off the draw. Rice. Thomas. Good speed. Goes airborne, and the twister in midair. Skylar Thomas put it on display right there. Second of the game. Comes with 1:36 to play. And that whole art of being able to shoot the ball twisted so you're really switching hands without switching hands is what you're doing. You're switching sides. Still an art, not quite the art it is to be strong with both hands, but an art nonetheless. And you throw that in along with the ability to now break the crease plane and do a crease dive. And boy, the evolution of lacrosse sure has changed over the last 30 years. So Paris will control. They're going to let this one wind as far down as they can, leading 21-16. Malenchenko with 5 on the shot clock. That's wide of the mark. Going to be a penalty on a late hit. It's going to go to the Timbermen. And they'll just roll that in the corner, and that'll be the call. Looks like Corkery is going to go. And if there's anyone disputing that, it's just maybe a coach and maybe Corkery. No one else, as he'll head to the penalty box. Another power play. We're under the final minute here, and there's really no need for Paris to do anything here except hold and then let it go, let it run out. And I think that's what they should do here. 40 on the game clock. Let it run down, and good sportsmanship. Maybe take a shot with the last second left. Other than that, and they will take one. Selleck make another save. Goes off the pad. And Riverwolves will get it with Davis, 20 seconds left. And Rice can harass him all he wants, but the Riverwolves put together a fine game here against the visiting Timbermen. And too many on the floor with 8.8 seconds left. Sorry, an interference call. And that's going to be a penalty shot. So a penalty shot's been awarded to the Paris Riverwolves with 8.8 seconds left here. So it's going to be Davis Prince that's going to take it, going up against Marco Selleck. So a chance for the Riverwolves to put a little salt in the wounds. And he rings it off the post. So Davis Prince was just feeling like going in and blasting it. Managed to beat Selleck, but not the iron. And with 8.8 seconds left to run out here, I think possession will belong to Paris. Or we may just have a face-off at center. That will be the case. So off the draw, there will be no real draw. Clock will wind down, and the final buzzer will go. 21-16, the final for the Paris Riverwolves. They up their record now to an impressive 6-1. They currently sit and own second place in the standings. The Timbermen fall to 5-3. They will drop to third place. That will do it for Week 8 in the Arena Lacrosse League. We'll be back for Week 9 next week. We'll see you then.